Hey, what's up, guys? All right, I just want to do a different type of video this go round here. I know normally I do the ETFs for the week. I'm trying to start something different, for the new year, and I just want to, mainly this is my attempt at mainly just showing you all how me and my wife we do our budget, and I just want to show you all a sample budget here and kind of show you all the principle and the gist of how we do it, the practicality of how we do these things. So I just want to just share my screen. Hopefully this will help someone. And we've been doing this particular process for some years now, really the entire marriage. We have added on to it and made more categories or whatever or whatnot, and just getting things, improving it, advancing it. Of course, as we grow older, we learn, we mature. So few things been added on and things been taken away and stuff like that. But for the most part, though, this is really how we live our lives. Whenever we get the money that comes in that God allows us to have, we go ahead and take it and we apply it to this particular spreadsheet. So I use a spreadsheet. Some people use software, but we've been using a spreadsheet, and this is what works for me. I tried to use software before, but it only confuses me. So to me, a spreadsheet is where the way I go. So it's naturally Microsoft Excel. You can use Google Sheets if need be, but it's Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you guys what I have here. Camera off. Okay. So basically, this is what we're looking at. Um, Mainly just a list of categories. You can add more categories if need be. I just kind of highlight here and you can do a insert, right click and do insert, and then just tell it shift cells down, and then go ahead and add another row, and you can call it whatever name you want to have. And as you guys can see at the bottom here, it has the formula already put in, so it's going to sum this stuff up as we enter, as we make inputs. It's going to put sums, going to sum it up for us and add it in there and everything. So that's that particular side. I'm going to show you how we normally start it. So normally, I get my paycheck or whatever, and let's just say we got $2,000 for the pay period. All right, so I'll go ahead and I'll come here. Let me zero it out first so you can see. So that's the starting balance. As you guys can see, this is 2025. We're starting off $300, and let's say if my paycheck is $2,000, I'll go ahead and put it in right there under the deposit side. And I'll show you guys about the withdrawal side. That's basically what we spend from it. I'll put that in on there. I'll show you that in a moment. So basically, well, I'll go ahead and put the check in there. Today's date is the 6th of January. So got that in there. Now, once I have that, then I'm going to go ahead and go back over here to the other tab, back to what we just saw. I'm going to click on my bank, and I got a couple of things here at the bottom there. You'll notice these. These are just I call them calculators. It's basically just the same thing as this sheet right here, but it helps me keep a balance of things. Like if I need to add something real quick, like 50 plus 75.83. It just helps me do that. It mainly keeps me on the sheet, so I don't have to go and pull up a calculator and go on another screen and type that in. I can just stay within this sheet and just see everything from here. So that's basically what that is. That's a quick reference right there. So mainly, I'm just gonna show you a breakdown of my check here. So, and once again, it's just the same thing, another calculator. I just got it broke down over here. And so my check would be $2,000. We're Christian people, so we tithe. So that's $200 for tithes. And we say, we pay. I always got to pay yourself next. After you get a guide, you go ahead and give yourself next. Regardless of whoever getting paid, whoever you owe, it doesn't even matter. You go ahead. You always pay yourself something first, no matter what. So we're gonna save $100 this check, and there next we have food. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me just show you guys. We'll just do it like this. So we're starting off with the check. Here we go. Then, like I said, tithes, I'm going to put a negative 200 right there. So it'll automatically subtract it down here, as you guys can see. Now it's 1,800. If I would have just did a positive 200, it would have made it 2,200, as you guys can see. So we always want to make sure you put a negative right there. Okay. And then savings, negative 100. And let's say food, we got to eat. So let's say we got enough for 2 weeks or however long we want it to last. So we're just gonna say about let's say 300. I forgot what I had there, but it doesn't matter. It's just a test budget. You guys put whatever numbers match your household. Okay, and then utilities usually about 500. And so as you guys can see, we have $900 left on surplus. And of course, we have to think of some other stuff to spend for that 900. But for right now, they just get us started. Excuse me. So once we're done inputting the numbers there from the check, spending the check on paper like this, then we're going to come back up here and I'm going to go ahead and fill in these categories. So, and now I'm not going to put a negative right here at all. I want this to add up. So I'm going to put $200 for tithes. All right. Then savings, I'm going to put 100. And as you guys can see, we already had $300 left over coming into this check here. That's what we had left over from last time. So I'm going to leave that 300 there. That's fine. Then, like I say, $200 tithe, $100 savings. Next, we're going to do the food. It's going to be $300 for us. And utilities, that's going to be 500. So now that equals $1,400 total that we have in these categories. We still haven't spent anything yet. We're just mapping everything out, laying it out before we spend it. We're spending it on paper, basically getting ready to before we spend it in real life. We spend it on paper before we get ready to spend it in real life. That's it. I had to get that straight. Okay. And so as you see, the surplus we have is 900. So I'm just going to go ahead and go here. I know nine plus 3 is 1,200, but just in case I didn't know, let's say we had sin and stuff in there and I was tired, I just go here like this, 300, use my calculator, 900, bam, 1,200 right there. So I'm going to put 1,200. Now, that equals to $2,300. So that's the total right there, 2,300. I'm going to go over here to my other tab, make sure it matches. Okay, and it does. So there we go right there. So as you guys can see, now the budget, we have our budget now. We have $2,800 surplus. Of course, real life, and this number may not be as high, of course, but you get the gist of it though. I'm actually gonna change this category to surplus actually, rather than miscellaneous. There we go. So that's what we have, extra surplus / extra. I'm gonna put extra so because I like to speak in terms that I understand. There we go. Okay, so now let's say we want to spend the money, right? So I'm going to show you guys the basic way. Let's say we're spending without paying on it with a credit card, without using a credit card. We just spend it with a debit card. We go here, we come to the category here. Let's say, okay, we're going to buy some food. We're going to go to Walmart, do a Walmart run, a Kroger run, or whatever. And let's say we spend, I don't know, $67 at Kroger. So I'm going to come over here to the spending category. I get my receipt from Kroger, and I come to the spending category here. Then I'm going to go ahead and come here. Well, first of all, I'm going to put the day's date that I spent it on. So, and you can type that date in too. Let's say 6 January. You can do that and hit tab. I just normally do hold down the control key and press the semicolon on the keyboard, and that'll put that in there automatically like that. So Kroger, and I'm gonna go ahead. It's out of deposit because we're spending now. So and I said it was $67. So I'm gonna go in the withdrawal category, $67.25. So 67.25. So it automatically subtracts it, as you guys can see. It went on ahead and did a negative there. So you see the formula that I have set up in there. It automatically subtracts the next category there. So that's how it does that. So $67.25. And so it's 22.32.75. That's what the bank balance should be. That's what our bank, if we go into our bank account, that's what it should be showing, that way. Just that's how you would do this in real life. So we're gonna go back over here to my bank, and I just forgot the amount that fast, $67.25. So you're gonna go here and you're gonna take the 300 from food on the calculator. Then I'm gonna go negative $67.25. And bam, that gives us what we have left in our food category, 232.75. And so now when I do that, makes it be balanced right there, 2232.75, 2232.75. Now it balances out. So for some of you all, I know this may be a little bit overwhelming, for those who haven't set up a budget. But of course, you got this video, just rewind it if you need to. But this is basically the process. Usually in a household, if you're in a married household, husband and wife or whatever situation. One of you all is going to be the more financially stable person, as far as who loves to do this, more administratively minded person per se, that doesn't mind doing stuff like this budget sheet or whatever, putting these numbers in. They don't mind it. You're gonna have the other person who I've learned to be called the free spirit. They more so they like to spend the money, but when it come down to doing the detailed stuff like this, the boring stuff, they don't want to do that stuff. So usually it's good to work together, and the person that spends the money needs to tell the person that does the numbers and the detail, let them know, hey, listen, I just spent this money. Give me the receipt. Here's the receipt right here. Can you put the numbers in to keep the budget balanced for us? So, and that's the way it works right there. And of course, the person that does the numbers, they can spend and put the numbers in accordingly as well. But it's definitely good to communicate. Now, if you're a single person, on the other hand, it's going to be a lot. And if you're a single person who's so-called a nerd minded, administrative minded, we call you a nerd, right? So if you're a nerd and you're single, you don't have no problem doing these numbers and keeping track of your own budget, that way. But if you're a free spirit, you may need to find a person that's administratively minded to get them to help you and hold you accountable with doing your budget, that way, because you're still responsible for what you spend. It's your money. Let me take the screen off. Shit, I'm sitting there talking. Yeah, so you're still responsible, like I say, for what you're spending. God holds us all accountable for our own money that He gives us to manage. It's not our money, of course. It's managing for Him if you're a Christian, right? So we just stewards over it, but He holds us responsible for what we spend. So you need to make sure that you're doing a good job. So whatever that looks like, if you need to talk, like I said, talk to someone, get them to help you, hold yourself accountable to where you put these numbers in and you're able to keep track of this budget. But the free spending, the free spirit, lazy type spending, and not putting the numbers in, not keeping up with the balance of your budget and all that stuff, and the balance in your bank and all that, and you overdraw, giving overdrafts and overdrawing your account. That's not good. That's not wise stewardship. So you want to make sure you're being found faithful. So that's what I'm saying there. Let me go ahead and go back to my screen share. Okay. There. Okay. So back on this, like I said, so anyway, off that rent right there, and I'm going back to what I'm saying here with the budget. So that's how you would spend with a debit card. Now, if you're going to spend with a credit card, it's going to get a slightly more detail a little bit. The way me and my wife we do ours is she'll come and she'll spend on a credit card. We won't necessarily put it in on this category right here. What we'll do, because the credit card doesn't always show, in our bank account balance, not until we pay on it. So what we'll do is come here, and I got this category right here called credit card. So whatever she spends, let's say she goes to, I don't know, we got to pay a utility bill. Let's just say that, right? That's a good example. We pay a utility bill. Let's pay, uh, $50 or something on our internet, right? So we'll come here and I'll go ahead and put $50 right here in the blank next to credit card category. And then I'll put $50 right there in the credit card category as well. But of course, I got to take it. It's a utility, so I got to take it from here. So I go ahead and say 500. And I say minus 50. And that's 450. And so I have that right there. Now, it's queued up right there. I got it in queue, and I'm waiting to pay on it. And once I pay on it with the credit card, I come over here and I go $50 and what not to go here. Of course, I put that in right there or whatever. So let's say I have more than one, because a lot of times we make more than one purchase with the credit card, right? So what I would do, let's say she bought, say we bought did the utility, then next we went to Walmart again and bought some more food or whatever, right? So let's say we went ahead and spent another, let's see, the food category, $235.75. Let's say we spent on a credit card another at Kroger or something, we bought, $76.20 worth of food right there. And so I had to put the negative in front of it. Okay, so there we go. We got 156.55 now left in food. That's there. And then I need to take that same amount, that 76.20, I need to add it to this 50. So instead of taking out of this calculator, I normally like to go ahead and move it over here so I can keep up with the amount that I took out, right? Because I took it out from here. So in order for me to just keep track of it, I come over here and I say 50, that's in the credit card category. And then I say 76.20. And it's giving me 126.20 right there. And now almost done. And then I come over here and mark it down right here what I spent, what we spent at the store. So it says 76.20. And this is just the way we keep track of our things. And so now, as you can see, we have $22.32. I mean 22.32.75, 22.32.75. So that's good there. And once we get a chance to go to the category, once we pay on the credit card, then I come back here and I'll combine all that together, write it down, and I'll put it over here, 126. And y'all hang on one second. My son is singing. Pause this real quick. Hey, Darian. Okay, I'm back, guys. Oh man, my son, I might have to edit that part out. I might leave it in there though. Makes it good for the comedy. Okay, so I'm back on sharing the screen again. So yeah, anyway, like I was saying, we basically would take that amount and we'll combine all of that, and I go ahead and pay on the credit card. So whatever that total amount is, I combine these two categories, and then I go ahead and write it out. Actually, what the zero is, I write it out right here, 126.20. Is that what we paid for at the time? Whatever was posted on the credit card, and so that's what we'll pay. And then I just take these other amounts out. I leave that amount there, and then once it actually clears in the bank, I see that it actually clears on my online account. Then I come here and go 126.50. I think that's what it is. And I type credit card right there in that category. And days date or whatever. There we go, 2106. So I do zero right here. And 2106.55, 2106.55. That's what my bank account should now be showing. So yeah. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Hope it's not too confusing, but I just wanted to share this video. I'm trying to make videos like this to just kind of help people along with a practical way of doing things, and as you see, we live life every day. Everyone has their own process of how they do it. I'm just sharing my wife and I process with you all. As you guys can see, like I'm the nerd between my wife and I. My wife is more so the free spirit, but it's not saying she can't do this budget. She knows how to do it just fine because we have practice over the years. But I'm just more the one that handles this and executes on this side of things there. So, but we do come together. We have our budget meetings monthly, and we do talk and lay out everything, get the format of the budget, and then we have emergency meetings and whatnot. It's not always perfect, of course. Sometimes, I have input spend, and I have to go back and say, hey, babe, I just bought this on this, whatever. Or she'll spend something, and I tell me, give me the receipt. And so, it's a constant tug of war, give and take. But bottom line, we do communicate. That's the main thing I would say. If you two people, married or whatever, you go ahead and communicate on this thing. If you're single, you get your accountability partner and, let them hold you accountable and making sure keep everything balanced. So that's pretty much all I got for right now, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off on this one, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. You all take care. Talk to you later.